for more information.
On our previous show, we learned how to shear these merino sheep, which was really interesting and pretty difficult too. And even Jay got to have a go. Now we know the sheep get put back into the paddocks after they've been shorn, but what happens to the wool? Well, here's what we found out. When the wool is shorn, it's called greasy wool, and it has to be classed before it can leave the farms. The next step is called skirting. This is when they remove all the inferior wool from the fleece, and this is important for good clip preparation. The fleece is then rolled up and presented to the wool classer. It's classed into 5 main categories. Fleece, which is the bulk of the wool from the body of the sheep. Pieces, which are dirty coloured and have sweaty edges from the fleece. Bellies, which is the wool from the belly of the sheep. Crutchings is the wool from the tail section of the sheep, which can be pretty dirty. And locks, which is the short wool made from the actual shearing process. Any wool that is of poor colour, shorter, weaker or unusual in any way is separated from the main lines. The wool classer will describe lines of wool using set bale descriptions. Okay, now I think we should have another chat to James from Michell Wool to see what happens next.
When the wool is shorn, it's what's called greasy wool. So the first thing is it needs to be cleaned. So that's what we do first. We scour the wool, and that's a process basically that involves washing the wool in detergents and slowly but surely getting it cleaner and cleaner as it goes through each part of the scouring line. So it's not very dissimilar to washing your clothes at home in the laundry, but we do it on a very commercial scale. So we wash about 20 million kilos of wool a year. So It's a bit more complicated than the laundry tub at home.
Next week, we take a look at scouring and carding, which is when the wool starts to get cleaner. For more information, go to meh.com.